Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm reporter Daniel Berk, and we're doing something a little fun this week. Instead of broadcasting from the Daily Star newsroom, we're out at the Lowell Stevens football facility on the U of A's campus, and very excited today to be joined by the Director of On-Campus Recruiting and Player Personnel. Got that right?
That's right. That's
for
right.
the Arizona Wildcats. Also the Twitter sensation of Tucson.
Yeah.
Matt Dudek. Matty D, thanks for joining us.
Daniel, thanks for having me. Can you fit us both on the screen here? I think we're okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, two bigger guys. That's all right. That's why we get along. I'm the one not in a bucket hat.
That is true.
I'm a little confused about what's going on here.
I'm just trying to join the bucket gang. That's all that I'm trying to do. So I wanted to make sure that I'm wearing this bucket hat from now until who knows when.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but okay. That's good. That's vague. That's you. That's good. So we have Matt here, and a lot of the questions you all would like me to ask him, we can't. We can't talk about
right.
specific guys, but we can talk in generalities. And Matt, when we talk about the 2015 recruiting class,
yep.
What are maybe some of the priorities of this staff, and what are you guys looking for when you're hitting the road here?
I think that some of the biggest priorities is always going to be offensive and defensive line. You always got to get those couple of guys in there, at least 3 or 4. Last year we got 3 really good ones coming in with us with Lath, Levi, and Jordan. Then we got Marcus Griffin on the defensive side of the ball. So we got 4 really good linemen. I think we really need to up the ante with those guys, and I think we've done a good job so far in this class and getting good beats on guys with the offensive and defensive line. I would say the next biggest group would be the corners. You got Jonathan McKnight graduating next year. We got to replace him. We got some young guys that are good players, but we got to get some more numbers with the system that Coach Castile plays, the 3-3-5. We got to get some more of the guys in the back end that will help out that process. And then you have your normal needs. You're always going to want to take a quarterback. You're always going to want to take 2 running backs. Try to get a tight end or 2. So I would say, but if you put a gun to my head and said, "Hey Matt, what do you got to do?" I said, offense, defensive line, and definitely in the corner situation.
No guns here.
No guns.
We're a family show.
Family show.
When Coach Rodriguez took over, he talked about Arizona and California as recruiting ground. He said he'd go anywhere,
yep.
But those are 2 areas. How much progress have you guys made as a staff since he's been here in those 2 areas?
I think that it's night and day. It's a great feeling when you go into a school, and the coaches just came back from all the spring recruiting. So when they're coming back and we're getting great feedback from all the schools that we're going into, we're going into schools that they're saying, you've been here twice in 2 years. I didn't see an Arizona staff for 10 years before that.
Wow.
No knock against anybody else. Everybody has different recruiting areas. But I think that that's one of the great things. In state, Coach Rodriguez, the coaches love him. We're doing really great in state. With the recruits that we're bringing in, including walk-ons. It's something we don't talk about very often,
yeah.
And we have to wait until they get here till we can kind of announce them and who's coming.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some really great in-state walk-ons. And
Parker Zellers was the star of spring camp.
Parker was just a great example.
Yeah.
In this upcoming class, you'll see in 2 weeks when they get here, you're going to see some big names that people are going, holy cow, I remember watching that guy in high school. He was a really good player, and he's walking on with us. So we're really excited about that.
What is summer recruiting like as opposed to recruiting during the school year? What are coaches doing right now?
Right now, there's a lot of margaritas. There's a lot of sand. We put our feet up on our. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is he?
Definitely kidding. So it's one of those things that right now is camp season.
Okay.
So the camp season is when we're getting guys to come to campus. They can work out for us. This is the first and only time in June is when we can bring a guy to campus and have him work out in front of us. That's the only time we can do it. Even on official visits, we're not allowed to have any evaluation type thing. So bringing guys in, getting eyes on them. The head coach couldn't go out in the spring, and really the head coaching recruiting in the winter is really just touching on the guys we're trying to get to commit.
Right.
So it's the first time he's seeing guys live, which is really nice. And then just keep working the phones, getting guys to call us, closing down those guys that you've seen in the spring, watching their film, evaluating that film, trying to get them to come back to camp. And that's really it's a lot of legwork in the summer. So it's, in the fall, it's checking on the guys you're trying to bring in. In the spring, it's going to find the new guys. And then the summer's where you really get your legwork and try to get a profile on a guy.
This is the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Daniel Berk here with the Director of On-Campus Recruiting and Player Personnel for the Arizona Wildcats, Matt Dudek. And we joked about how big of a Twitter star you are, but it isn't a big joke. I mean, you're out there, and in all seriousness, it seems like one of the responsibilities of your job is you're almost the face of the program at times in that speed video, and you're out, and Do you like that kind of added responsibility for your job and kind of being one of the spokespersons for this program?
It's very nice to have the opportunity to do it. First and foremost, I don't consider my face. Everybody works from the interns all the way up to the head football coach. Everybody works really hard. I'm very happy.
This isn't the Dudek that I know.
I'm doing anyway. It's got me stuttering. So I'm very, very pleased to be able to do that. When I started doing this at the University of Pittsburgh with Coach Wanstead, when I started doing this, I always thought that the recruiting coordinator could take a front seat role along with the coaches. And instead of being the guy in the back processing the evaluations and things, I've always thought that you can kind of do this. And Coach Rodriguez has really embraced that and really pushes me to the front on a lot of guys, which is nice. I want to get everybody involved recruiting-wise, and so they're always seeing what I'm saying on Twitter, whether it's stupid food tweets or whatever the case may be. I do it because I'm on a diet. I try to be anyway. But it's one of those things that, whether it's that, I want people when they come to campus to know who I am, because they spend a lot of time with me when they come down to campus. I want them to know me. And then I want them to know the coaches based on that Twitter feed, which is really cool. And then I want to do it for the fans too. I mean, giving that behind the scenes look. It takes a village to build a champion.
Right.
I don't want our fans to go and talk to kids on Twitter and do anything, but I want you to be invested in what we're doing. And I think that I'm giving the fans a little bit of that stuff too.
And you can't talk Arizona recruiting without talking about OKGs.
Yeah.
So two-part question here.
Okay.
Give me your best definition of what an OKG is, and how quickly does it take you or someone on the staff to identify, oh, that guy, he's an OKG?
First, OKG, our kind of guy. So that's what it stands for. It's a term that Coach coined in 2001 at West Virginia. Many people think it's somewhere else, but I did not steal it. I'm using what I'm recycling from Coach Rodriguez. And what OKG is a guy that loves the game of football, that needs the game of football. That's a good guy. That's a workout guy. That's a smart guy that you want to be around your family. Right. When it all boils down to, it's a great football player who loves the game of football that is a good human being. And that's really the most general terms I can give. And how long does it take? 5-minute conversation with a kid. Clicking on his Twitter feed, clicking on his Facebook feed,
right.
You could tell pretty quick. Now, there's varying levels. Some guys are great football players and poor character. We're not interested in those guys. Okay. There's guys that are good football players, good motor, love the game, and good guys. And it's an all and holistic approach in how we approach what an OKG is.
OKG? You've known me for more than 5 minutes.
I know, but
Come on.
You're not that good of a guy. That's the problem. Wow. Actually, you're horrible at football. So I
am horrible at football. He is right about that. All right, real quick before we get out of here,
okay.
We're going to do some word association for some incoming 2014 recruits.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to throw out a name. You tell me first thing that pops in your head. We're going to start big, all right?
All right, big.
Cameron Denson.
Cameron Denson. He is superstar. Sorry, this is bad. I'm bad. Okay. Future superstar.
Future superstar.
Let me expand. Can I expand on Cam? We are.
Sure.
I know it's a one-word association. I'm expanding. I just did a horrible job. Cam is going to be very exciting. We are so happy to keep a kid like that in town and at South Point High School and coming here and playing in the same town that all the fans grew up and love him. This kid's going to be a Kadeem Carey-esque. Not saying they're the same position, but that same kind of personality, that same kind of like legendary Tucson status. That's what Cam's going to have at the end of his career. Okay. I'm very confident.
We're going to go down to now 2 more instead of 4 more. 2 more.
Okay.
Jamar Cobb, linebacker.
Freak. Absolute freak.
You don't want to elaborate on him?
You want me to elaborate? I'll
elaborate.
I
don't want to cheat Jamar.
No, Jamar is a guy that can play both sides of the ball. Linebacker, running back. If you watch his highlight film, he's a guy that he's a freak. We played against the guy last season that kind of played 2 ways as a freshman. That's the guy that we're getting in Jamar Cobb.
Okay. 1 more.
Okay.
Nick Wilson.
Running back. The running back. He is the future.
The future. So he got big shoes to fill. Yes, he does.
He got Kadeem Carey, the nation's leading rusher, nearly 2 years in a row, 4th-round draft pick, Tucson legend.
Yep.
But he is the future at that position. He's a guy that's going to have to step in and live up to everything that Kadeem did. And he's a great kid. He's an OKG, and I think he'll be able to do so.
All right. That's gonna do it for this edition of the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For the OKG himself, Matt Dudek, I am Daniel Berk saying thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.